Hello and welcome to another episode of Moose's Gear Goo Review. I'm Moose, and today I have a multi-tool. Now, I've never really done a multi-tool, but this one is the SOG Micro Tool. I bought this a while ago just as like an add-on item to get free shipping or something. At the time, it was like $9 or $10. And it looked pretty substantial. It looked promising. But I don't know. I mean, after using it, I'll tell you what I think towards the end here. But let's check it out. I don't have many specs on it because it's kind of obscure. But it's about 4 inches long when closed. When opened, you're looking at about an inch, just under an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch with the open jaws. As far as the open handle, you're looking at somewhere between 2 to 2.5 inches. On the outside, you got like glass-filled nylon scales. Looks like you have stainless steel pliers here. They're kind of like a snub nose pliers. Not quite needle nose, not quite traditional, but it has a very boxy, square plier head there, which I actually kind of like. I really do like that shape. And the pliers actually work really well once you actually get them closed. They do have a wire cutter in there as well, and it almost looks like a wire stripper. You can kind of see that round little divot in there. So yeah, I mean, there's not much to talk about it. There's SOG branding on the side here. It does have like a little keychain lanyard swivel ring thing here. And a really nice pocket clip. I do like the pocket clip, and the pocket clip works well. So that's kind of a plus to this, but overall I really don't necessarily like the function of it. Like, the ideas behind it were really cool, but there's like one fundamental thing that I'll talk about in a sec here. But on the outside, this metal rod here actually terminates into a Phillips screwdriver. Which is cool because I guess they needed a place to put it, but it's really kind of awkward and not functional. I mean, if you're trying to screw it into a flat surface, you're going to have to kind of angle it to an extent, and even then, you have to screw it into something, the handle might actually hit. So, I mean, if you just had a fold-out Phillips that you could actually hold and drive, that would have been much better. The overall handle is pretty boxy. There is a little bit of contouring here. But just be careful because you can get pinched. So that's kind of outside of it. So going on to the tools on the inside, we have a file, which this only cutout is because you need to get access to the blade or whatever tool is next. So that's just for the thumb notch there, nail nick to open it. But you have a two-sided file. And a flathead screwdriver on the one. Then on the next, in the center, you have kind of a smaller flathead with a bottle cap lifter, which is a pretty long, wide bottle cap lifter, but whatever. And then finally on the other side, you do have a knife blade. Now, the knife blade is actually pretty decent compared to some other smaller tools, and the slip joint lock is actually really, really good. It locks it in there pretty well. I do like the knife blade shape. It's just kind of your typical knife. Now, as you can see with this pliers, this thing tends to open on its own, and that's kind of the biggest drawback with this, besides having this weird kind of Phillips screw rod. It's a little rounded, so it doesn't give you a lot of surface area to really grip down on and bite. So you get a lot of pressure through whatever you're touching to close it, which hurts. And then on top of it, all there is to lock the pliers shut and to prevent that handle from being out is this small lock, and it's just a sliding lock, kind of like an axis lock, that you shut it, you move it forward, it locks it in, you slide it back, and it opens up. I mean, it's functional as long as you're not touching it, but as you can see, it's really loose. It's not spring loaded. And so it can slide one way or the other. Now, the other bad thing about that, just with it randomly opening up in your hand, is that the way it's designed with the pocket clip, when I'm sliding this into my pocket, my pocket catches on that knob and opens the pliers as I slide it in. So it never stays shut. Like every single time, if you want to use that pocket clip, whatever material you're going to slide into is going to hit that, and then boom, it's done. And then when you try to pull it out, now you got this kind of hook in your clothing. So like I said, I get what they were trying to do, but it wasn't executed in the right way. And if they could figure out a way to change that lock, or at least spring load it so it stays down and resists, or even the side that the pocket clips on, like not have it on that side or something. But yeah, that's kind of what makes it a huge pain in the butt. So the fact that this doesn't fold all the way out, it's a useless Phillips. The locking mechanism doesn't really work. You know, I'd just say save your money. It is cheap though, and if you just need a little tool to keep in a tackle box or something, you know, this would probably fit the bill. But realistically, there's better tools on the market, and one of them is the Leatherman Squirt PS4. Just a comparison as far as how it compacts down and whatnot. This is more of a needle nose pliers, a little thinner, but overall kind of the same dimensions as far as how wide it opens and how deep it is. It has wire cutters and all that. Just as a size comparison, when they actually open up, they're pretty similar. So but you can see how much more substantial that is. Weight-wise, they're about the same. I'd say the SOG Micro Tool is a little bit heavier. But then this one also has like a multiple different tools and features. So realistically, if you want a good tool, I'd say go with the PS4, Leatherman Squirt PS4. And if you're just looking for a cheap tool to keep in the tackle box or in a glove compartment, or you know, even to give like to a scout or something as like their first multi-tool, this isn't a bad option. But realistically, for a more reliable, strong tool that you're going to want to actually carry and use a lot, I'd say go with the Leatherman. So there you have it, guys. That is the SOG Micro Tool. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I'll put links in the description below to both these if you're interested in purchasing one. Other than that, please leave your comments and questions. And thank you, and I'll see you outside. Yeah, check out all these other videos and stuff.